Peace in Islam. And we back. Holy Day lesson. Venus. We're going to talk about the tongue, word, reputation. And let's go through, be quick. We'll first go to the old architect, Isa, Emmanuel. And we'll go to the new architect, Noble Drew Ali. But let's peep game. And many came, among them thieves, extortioners, and courtesans. And Jesus sat with them and taught. But they who followed him were much more aggrieved because he sat with thieves and courtesans. And they upbraided him. They said, Rabboni, master of the wise, this day will be an evil day for you. The news will spread. Pay attention to that. The news will spread that you consort with courtesans and thieves, and man will shun you as they shun asp. I like that word too. Shun. Always shun ignorance and embrace knowledge. And Jesus answered and said, the master never screens himself for the sake of reputation or of fame. These are about worthless baubles, and that's another word we're using today. Worthless baubles of the day. They rise and they sink like empty bottles on a stream. They are illusions and will pass away. Very important to know. They are the indices to what the thoughtless think. They are the noise that people make. And shallow man judge merit by noise. Allah and our master men judge men by what they are and not by what they seem to be, not by their reputation and their fame or infamy, especially infamy. Right? Because people could be famed for good things and also be famed for bad things, which would be infamy. And in these days, we would choose infamy if that be with that thing that give us the attention. And that's the sad thing. But let's continue. That's one. They can jump around. The pure in heart do not accuse. The vile in heart, who want to cover up their guilt with holy smoke of piety, are ever Lord they drunkard, thief, and courtesan. Thus Lord they and thus scorn this mockery. For if the tinsel court of reputation could be torn away, the loud professor would be found to reveal in his lust, deceit, and many forms of secret sins. Basically, reputation, fame, and infamy blinds people, and it's a tinsel court. The man who spends his time in pulling other people's weeds can have no time to pull his own, and all the choicest flowers of life will soon be choked and die, and nothing will remain but darnel, thistles, and burrs. That's real talk. Before the eyes of law, a man to steal must take a thing that can be seen with eyes of flesh, without the knowledge or consent of to whom the thing belongs. But lo, I say that he who in his heart desire to possess that which is not his own, and would deprive the owner of the thing without his knowledge or consent, is in the sight of God a thief. The things that man see, not with eyes of flesh, are more worth than they are the things that man can see. A man's good name is worth 1,000 miles of gold. And he who says a word or does a deed that injures or defames that name has taken what is not his own and is a thief in the eyes of God. So basically, be careful how we speak in the public, and not only in the public, in our thoughts. Knowing these things to help with that. For 40 days, the higher wrestle with the lower self, and then the fight has been won. And we are going to talk about the higher and lower self, the higher virtues within all us, that truth, love, peace, virtue, stuff like that, and the lower self, gluttony, hate, envy, selfishness. Faith rose triumph, faith, higher self. Unbelief was not. Ambition covered up his face and fled away. And Jesus said, the wealth, the honors, and the fame of earth are but the baubles of an hour. When the short span of earthly life have been measured out, man's bursting baubles will be buried with his bones. And those are all those things that we speak on all the time and talk about and be about that really ain't for nothing but our selfish selves. Those things gonna be buried right with us. Yeah, what man does for himself will make no markings on the credit side of life. The good that men for other men shall do becomes a ladder strong on which the soul may climb to wealth and power and fame of God's own kind that cannot pass away. Give me the poverty of men, the consciousness of duty done in love, the approbation of my God, and I will be content. It's helping you so you won't be starstruck or blindsided. I tell you, men, the benefits that come to men who see no further than themselves are baubles in the morning light. They are unreal. They pass away. The selfish soul is fed today. The food does not assimilate. The soul grows not, and then it must be fed again and then again. And that's what you got with this toxic, violent driven, sexualized content that they call it art in our nation today that we attracted to. It must be continue to be fed again and again and again, and that's why those things die out. The next beef is more important than the last beef. That video issue goes into the crypts of death. But a good inspirational video, a good lesson will forever be learned and taught to man at way after the content creator pass away on earth. Their words gonna always continue, not these beefs, these things that we call it entertainment. Behold a selfish man obsessed by just one spirit of the air. By the omnific, the word, the spirit is cast out. The healer is the man who can inspire faith. The tongue may speak to human ears, but souls are reached by souls that speak to souls. So that basically saying people who speaking for the greater good of all who can hear and who can hear later, or who may hear later. Hold on. Yeah, right. So these, we show another video, these kingmaker lessons. These for kings. How they, if they won't be mandated from heaven, the rule. Just the mandate. The tongue may speak to human ears, but souls are reached by souls that speak to souls. He is the forceful man who speaks, whose soul is large, and who can enter into souls, inspiring hope in those who have no hope, and faith in those who have no faith in the Most High, in nature nor in man. There is no universal bar for those who trade the common walks of life. 1,000 things produce inharmony and make men sick. 1,000 things may tune the harpsichord and make man well. And this is the last one we're going to read from the Prophet Noble Drew Ali, the new architect. It's the old architect of the old times, the new architect. One of the old and one of the new. One of the most difficult things in this world to get control of is the human tongue. Kipling never wrote anything more true than when he wrote that man may hold most any post if he only hold his tongue. Before you set your tongue to action, get it under control. A single tongue can do more harm in the world than a battalion of soldiers. For soldiers can kill by bodies, while the tongue can kill reputations and character. Just imagine, that's why we always say the tongue is mightier than the sword. Because you can destroy a whole nation of people through propaganda, miseducation. You can destroy an army with weapons. You can destroy an army and their children and their children and their children with words. Believe that. Really, it is too bad that we have no laws to curb tongues from lying and scandalizing. No doubt you all have read the story of Iago, a character in one of Shakespeare's plays, where he powerfully pictured in the character of Iago the terrible consequences fall in the path of an evil tongue. Iago not only destroyed the reputation and pure character of Desdemona, but he finally, through Othello, killed her body. That's why I say compel your tongue to speak helpful messages, or else keep it still. That's what your mom should tell you. If you ain't got nothing to say good, don't say nothing at all, right? Same science. Your mama she got the holy breath. And no matter how she is in life, the one thing your mother got is the protection of that child, natural law. She got that in her. So her word to her child gonna be the gospel, the mother holy breath. And if that go wrong, if the mothers ain't got us losing that, then we in trouble as a nation. Make it a rule of your life to use your tongue for higher purposes only. Inspire faith, inspire motivation in people. Pick people out where they down. Use your words for good things. Teach people a lesson. Teach people a skill. It's something they can learn and use. Use your words for that. That's what he's saying. Higher purposes. Resolve to speak of any man or woman of no other way unless you speak of good qualities of that man or woman. No one ever gained happiness out of injuring the feelings or character of someone else. Ain't nothing you can gain. No one ever failed to get happiness by speaking well of other people. Never fails. So learn as if you were to live forever, and live as you were to die tomorrow. Always embrace knowledge. Learn things. That's what growth is. True strength is to not use your tongue for these evil things, evil tongues, because it's always tempting. And you will be tempted, trust me. But the strength is to not use your tongue for that purpose. So again, it's another holy lesson. And again, it ain't nothing spooky. The simple things in life that we go through every day, we see all around us, as above, so below, as on heaven, as on earth. we'll see you in the next one. Peace.